All through history, artists have been influenced by other artists or inspired. It's well known in the music space when some people use your sample, they use your style or your sound. You can say they're copying you, but like Pablo Picasso says, good artists copy, great artists steal.
It comes down to trying to expose yourself to the best things that humans have done, and then try to bring those things in to what you're doing. I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. And we have, always been shameless about stealing great ideas.
I think it's not necessarily stealing, but eventually whatever you were influenced by, it becomes your own. It's best for you to get inspired or influenced by someone, and then you take what you learn and you mold it into something new.
Your family's congregated. Is this the proper way to express my feelings? I think I'm healing the pain inside. I tame you lines.
You have to have a vision of your own, and you have to know the direction you want to go in, especially in the music industry. If you want to create a career and a path and a legacy that will last, as you can see, the artist formerly known as Lucki X has evolved into just Lucki. And we're going to be looking into the parallels of how he's copied and he's stolen art from other people, as well as looking into Osamason and his rise through the underground and using the same method, the cover art method. For this study, you can say that good artists copy sounds, while great artists steal visuals. Whether it's referencing a music video or recreating a cover art, Lucki has become synonymous with this. He is one of the few artists that have emerged out of the underground that has consistently been inspired and influenced by musicians that came before him. Whether it's DMX or Nirvana, he is familiar with this method. Yes, he's not the first to do it, and he won't be the last, but he's one of the most notable. If we take a look at one of his most recent projects, Flawless Like Me, this cover art is a reference to James Brown's Sex Machine, which released in 1970, around the same time that an artist named Anton Beek was also doing the same style. I'm not sure if James Brown was inspired by this, but it's possible. But even prior to James Brown, in 1897, somebody had already did the human alphabet. Then you fast forward to the 1940, Vogue is using this on their magazine as the same style to reference. And then in 1994, RuPaul did a campaign with Mac that used the same style. Most recently in 2023, Travis Scott had his Utopia issue with Pinup magazine that used the same style. So like I said, this goes back to not only copying, but stealing something and getting inspired by it. And people might never know the origin, but sometimes these visuals are what lasts and make people remember you for your visual identity. And when it comes to music, that's something that you want to pinpoint. You literally want people to remember you not only for the sounds, but the visuals. That's why cover art is so important when trying to build a visual identity in music. You can create a storyboard for your sound, and your discography over time, it can look cohesive or it can evolve as you will as an artist. If you take a look at the Migos with Culture 3, they actually did this by referencing Queen's The Miracle album cover. And then Quavo and Takeoff's collaborative project, Only Built for Infinity Links, combined two projects. They took Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Links, and they also had Stankonia album cover fused together to create this cover art and the title for their project. Now, Osamason, he caught on to this method real early. With the release of his debut project, Osamason, he referenced a Playboy Cardi image that was featured in Days magazine in 2018. And just recently, he recreated a photo of Future for his project Flex Music. And then on the deluxe edition, Flextra, he alternated an old cover from Iron Maiden, which is from Power Slave, that features their mascot, Eddie, which is very smart because Osamason is a young artist. So for him to be tapping into a band such as old as Iron Maiden with a cult following, I think this also adds to his lore and creates even more of a cult following for him.
Honestly.
When you say them, you mean like Osamason? Netspin and them?
Nah, not Osamason. I don't see him being shit. His ass cloning shit.
This is what will come with not creating your own original identity. A lot of people have called Osamason a clone, or that he's copying everything Playboy Cardi has done. I think Osamason knows this, but he doesn't mind gaining an audience that already likes the aesthetic of artists of Future and Playboy Cardi. And now he's added on a legacy artist such as Iron Maiden. He knows exactly what he's doing. But moving forward, he will need to create his own original identity. And I think in the future, we will see more of that. If not, then he might just keep using this method to speed run his career. But how long do you guys think this will last? Make sure you guys comment what you think about Osamason and his use of the cover art method.